Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to weekly charting. Today is April 14th, 2019. It's been a while since I've done one of these because we've been focused on the new training. So, yeah, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Game of Thrones starts tonight, and Tiger just won the Masters. So, pretty exciting Sunday. And, you know, the markets are going to be equally exciting, it looks like, because we're at the make and breaking point for a lot of these make or break point for a lot of these pairs for sure. So let's get right into it. And specifically, what I want to focus on in this video is the dollar. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, or maybe you saw us on Instagram and then followed my story to get to this message, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. We have an awesome VIP group of traders and a free group. So click the links around, either the link below or the link in the bio on my Instagram page. And for my VIP group, I have a training that lays out my strategies for trading. The good news is we've just finished the new training and it's coming out within the next day or two for new member, or for our original members, the people who have been with us the longest and have already been paid, or who have already a part of the subscription. And for our old training, they're going to have access first, and then we're going to be moving everybody over to the training after that. So stay tuned for updates is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let's get right into it. Let's start with Euro USD. And this, we could be at a reversal point. And last week on Thursday, running low on battery on my iPad. Last week on Thursday and Friday, we had some big squeezes in the Euro and Aussie dollars. So I really want to see, I'm going to take it easy jumping into the market this week. Oh, and by the way, it's going to be a slow week this week because of Easter and all the holidays coming up next weekend. So markets are more or less going to be closed Friday. So I kind of expect everything to pick up really fast. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow and Tuesday, expecting quite a bit of action. Euro USD, I think we could have had a double bottom right here. We seem to have respected the support. And there's two ways of looking at this. Maybe everybody got squeezed on Friday, meaning forced out of short positions. And then maybe that's when the market turns around and goes short. But on a technical basis, you know, I shared this chart last week with my VIP group. We were down here, and now it looks like we're breaking out. And what I'm going to be looking for is a retest back to this area of support. Right here, 1.1278, maybe a little bit lower, 112.70. And whether or not we respect that and then make a move to the upside, there we go. That will be a big tell on what's going to happen. If we break back below in here, maybe this is a false breakout. Let's take a look at the dollar index, because I'll tell you why. Otherwise, I would say, oh man, this thing is going for this upper trend line, which it could very well be doing that. But let's look at the dollar index. But it looks like we found some support here. Right, so you see we started to break down, and that was on Friday. But, you know, we had a bit of a save right here. And it didn't quite break down. So, I mean, that could be a sign of, hey, maybe this, maybe it was a false breakout in the euro. Maybe the dollar is going to continue, or not continue. It's been kind of weak the past week. Maybe it's going to gain some strength. So what's really the real tell here is if we can really break above these levels and get into the 97 area. And if we break above 97, this is going to be a big deal, because we have move some of these lines here. What looks a lot like a bullish wedge. Now, there's two scenarios here. We go back and we retest this lower level, which would be super weak for the dollar, or we break out above. And what necessarily could be the breakout above would, I think, be a turnaround in the S&P 500. Which we've been waiting on this for a long. I've been waiting on this for a long time. We're still just kind of breaking higher in this ascending wedge. But if we got a move lower in here, there's two scenarios. A move lower is going to bring out a stronger dollar, or the stronger dollar is going to be the thing that pushes the S&P 500 lower. I mean, we're pretty much at this all-time high here. While RSI is diverging. So pretty like readings that aren't making much sense. Which brings me also to oil, which we finally got some consistent weakness. You can see these candles here on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart. You know, we thought this was a double top, but now it looks like a potential triple top. What really needs to happen is we get below this line here around 63.10, and then that would be a super bearish move for crude. Now that brings me to gold. Let's take a look at gold. Where are we at? Which has really been breaking down. And even though, despite the fact the dollar has not been that strong, we're down at 1290 here. What would be really nice, you can see this was my setup from last week. And seems like this weak gold has been following the uptrend in the S&P 500 and stocks. What would be super nice is if we got another touch on this descending triangle structure. I got arrows all over the place here. And then made a move like this would be great. And I would love to short it up here. seems like a good possibility. Or man, if say stocks plummet based on the technicals of the S&P, I mean, hey, it doesn't look like, it looks like it could go higher, but it's way overextended is what I'm saying. And then that would bring in some buying of gold. And then we might see this 1320 level. And you could see how that looks like it has a lot of potential, and it would coincide with this level of resistance. So like I post on my Instagram, the market's all over the place in a bunch of possible scenarios. And that brings me to yen. We'll just have a look at USD JPY. We're right at 112. And we're right at this level of resistance here from these lows, this high here, this high. And look how overbought we are on the RSI here. S&P falls, yen will most likely gain some strength. If we go to this daily chart, there's two scenarios here. And if this breaks higher, we have this level of resistance here at 113, which is at this multi-year trend line. And this right here would provide an excellent selling opportunity, and would be a great place to put it like a sell limit, 113.20. If you could touch that and then get a move lower, that's going to be an excellent trade. And then another chart so to recap, just to go back a little bit, backtrack, Euro USD, it all depends on what's going to happen with the dollar. Maybe this thing keeps squeezing higher. If it does, I'd like to get an entry down here at 112.70, maybe even somewhere lower than that, or this is a false breakdown and then euro moves slower. Pound, pretty similar scenario, and we got rejected right here, right? Where euro hasn't got rejected, it has not, and it moved higher. Cable did. So that kind of makes it up in the air, in my opinion. Like say euro kept rallying higher, plus pound pound rallied higher, then that would be a lot more evidence of some super incoming dollar weakness. Now a lot of this with pound has to do with Brexit and the uncertainty there, so I'm not really itching to jump in any GBP trades, not right off the bat when there's some other options, but options are limited with the low volatility we've had, that's for sure. So it's hard to tell with euro squeezing higher plus Australian dollar. Now I think this could be a very good trade, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Now there's two things. This looks like it's either going to get rejected here and provide a good selling opportunity, or oil breaks down, which I'm really hoping it does, and then this breaks out, and oil breaks down, Canadian dollar gets weak, and Aussie continues to move higher, and that would be an excellent breakout on Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. And I think this would be, just a great trade, and one that I'm really hoping to get a good entry on. Aussie CAD. I like it a lot. So let's look at that scenario with Canadian dollar on some other pairs. Looks like I have 5% left on my iPad, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD has been really up and down, but the dollar's been pretty strong against the Canadian dollar despite all this oil strength. And this actually looks like it's at a good entry point here. And so say we get a retest at 1.33. Oh man, and then oil starts to just turn around, which it's, you know, right at the breaking point, right? Just like the S&P 500, you know, it was weeks ago, like seriously, like 3 weeks ago. So we're way overdue. Oil comes in weak, and this thing just, you know, at least comes back to retest 134 for 100 pips, or then breaks this level of resistance. Then to test these highs up here. What does that look like on a Fibonacci? Well, you can see why we're at, oh man, this is matching up nicely here, 38.2, 61.8. So regardless, we know this is going to be a good trade. So I think I just kind of made my game plan for the week, watching oil and then looking to buy instruments that are going against Canadian dollar. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let's take a look at CJ. Same deal. You know, same deal as UJ. I mean, we're just way overextended here. Looking at these different fib levels, here would be 50% of this high to this low. Now this is starting to look good for CAD JPY as well. So you can see there's a lot of pieces in place right here. We're like right on the boiling point. And it seems like we have been for a long time because of this low volatility environment. And this looks like a great shorting opportunity. Send this out to my group. So if you're in my group, you know, I send these out to my VIP channel, and then we go over, you know. So thanks for watching. Like I said, we're at a breaking point, big time, for sure. So it's going to be an interesting week. Friday's going to be off, so I'm expecting a lot of action bright and early. So hope to see you in my VIP channel, and if you're already in there, stay tuned and check your email for information coming out on the new course. So not just that, but don't worry, we will be updating you guys and gals in Telegram too. So don't worry, we'll keep you posted in there. Thanks for watching. Let's have an awesome week. And if you're gonna watch Game of Thrones, like I am, hope you're excited, and we'll be discussing it in the VIP chat group. I'm sure. But all right, everybody, peace. Let's crush it this week.